Want to host a workshop but you're afraid no one will show up? Maybe you have a small email list or you hate selling. How can you sell out your workshop without feeling like you're selling vacuum cleaners? That's what this video is all about, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. If you caught the earlier videos in this series, you know why writing a book is one of the best ways to get your ideal clients seeking you out, why hosting a workshop is one of the best ways you can write your book, the 6 steps to hosting a workshop to write your book effectively, and how to make sure your workshop is captivating, even if you feel you're not. I'm Kara Stein, the founder of 17,000 Days. I've been helping people publish their books since 2012, and I've guided over 200 books through the publication process, including 4 bestsellers of my own. More importantly, I've gotten this working in my business, so my books market my business and give me the life of my dreams. In this video, I want to talk about how to sell out your workshop. This used to be the scariest topic for me. I have trouble even getting people to come to my birthday party. And every time I host a live event, I still have that little asshole voice in my head whispering that no one will show up. Or worse, only one person, so you still have to do all the work, but for the least money possible. When I was starting out in my business, that's exactly what used to happen. I launched an 8-week group program, 1 person. My first retreat, 1 person. It was the worst. But fast forward to last year. Even at $5,000 a seat, I sold out my certification program. The Bestseller and Beyond Masterclass I hosted in December, I wanted 6 people, and I got 6 people. Plus some other people who paid but didn't show. The intensive I offered in January, I wanted 3 people, and I got 3 people. Plus one other person who paid but didn't show. And here's the thing. For both of those last 2 events, the day before I only had 1 person signed up. For each of them, just 1 person. But I brought in the rest just in time. How does that work? I call it the sold out workshop framework, and there are 4 parts. I'm going to start with the last part, and that is keep going. After you've done everything you plan to do, if nobody has signed up yet, or you have just 1 person, don't stop. No matter how much you want to, no matter how much the monitor in your brain says it's never going to work and it's time to quit, no matter how tired and discouraged you are in that moment, those are all just protective mechanisms in your brain trying to keep you from getting eaten by the tiger or the alligator or something. You're safe. Just send out 1 more email. Now that I think about it, that's all that made the difference in the last 3 events that I've sold out. It was the last day and I only had 1 person or 0. I was like, fuck it. And I sent out 1 more email than I had planned. And the rest of the people joined. That's why I don't recommend doing a long launch for a workshop like this. Just keep it simple. Host it on Zoom unless there's a really good reason not to, and sell it for 2 weeks at most. Otherwise, you'll have to keep up all this energy around it, and most people won't actually buy the ticket until the last day anyway. But however long your launch is, keep going for all of it. Don't be surprised if people don't buy to the end, and plan to do an extra push in those last 2 days. I think of that as the last part because you need to do it at the end. But it's also the most important, so I gave it to you first. So many people get discouraged and give up right before they would have sold out their workshops. Don't let that happen to you. The next part of the framework is what you want to do first, and that is spread the word. Tell everybody. Post it on your personal social media as well as your business channels. Ask your family and friends to help you spread the word. The reason I say this is a lot of us tend to have imposter syndrome and feel self-conscious about our work in front of our family and friends. Even if we're really good at what we do, it can feel a little weird having the kid who sat next to you in geometry class know that you're a life coach now, or your colleagues from your past career, or your mom's friends. We all think that people who know us will see all our flaws and remember all our failures and think, well, she can't do that. But that's actually not true in my experience. We feel all of our shortcomings and failures because they're ours and we suffered through them. But what people on the outside see and remember is how we overcame them. I can't tell you how many things I've done that felt like big failures to me, but when I talk to someone else, they're like, what are you talking about? You created this, this, and this. I only see the original vision and how the reality fell short of it. But everyone else has either forgotten the original vision or never knew about it in the first place. They don't know I wanted to make $70,000 on that launch. They only know I made 20 and they think that's pretty good. That's why the people who know you can become your best supporters. They may even surprise you and become clients. When I published my coloring book, I was astonished at how friends and family supported me by buying books and spreading the word. And when I hosted my first event, it was actually someone from my personal Facebook page who signed up. So you've got your family and friends informed and helping you spread the word, and you know you're not going to give up. For the next step, you have 2 choices. You can have conversations with people, or you can do an email launch, or you can do both. I'm going to start with conversations first. When I was starting out, this option absolutely terrified me, but it seemed like the only option at the time. I had a small email list, but I hadn't emailed them in a few years, and the price tag on my first event was pretty big. It was an all-inclusive retreat with lodging in a luxury cabin and all meals prepared by a personal chef, plus all the coaching and outings. So I was charging $5,000. I definitely don't recommend this model for your first event. But for something with a price point that high, you need to have sales conversations, either by phone, Zoom, or direct message. And if you don't have a big email list, or just prefer talking to people one-on-one, this is a great option. The key to these conversations is that it's mostly about listening. When I thought about a sales call, I thought it was going to be me pitching, but that's not how you want to do it. You want to focus the conversation on the other person, ask them questions, and really listen. Your goal in these calls is to hear what they want with respect to the outcome you provide. You want to hear their pain points, where they are, and where they want to be. You listen. You help them get clear. And if they want support and it seems like a good fit, then you invite them to your workshop and tell them the details. By doing it this way, it's very natural, not pushy or manipulative. And you respect the other person to make the decision that's right for them. You're not selling them or pushing them. You're just getting them present to where they are and where they want to be, offering them a possible solution, and letting them decide. That feels very clean. And whether they buy or not, you can both leave the call feeling good about the time you spent together. The other option is doing an email launch. Even if you have a very tiny email list, I recommend sending out these emails. And if you have a bigger following, this can be the easiest way to sell out your workshop. What you want to do is send out a series of emails to get people ready for your workshop and lead them to buy. I recommend about 6 emails, including 1 spelling out the details of your offer, who it's for and why they would want it, 1 talking about the transformation and what life feels like after, 1 with frequently asked questions, 1 with a story or case study, 1 spotlighting your favorite step in your content and what it can do for them, and 1 last call email. Actually, you'll want to send 2 or 3 versions of the last call email on the last day. And as beautiful as all of the other ones are, the last call is probably the email that will make the most sales. I know sales conversations and email launches can both seem intimidating, but they both get a lot easier when you know what to say and you have a structure to follow. If you'd like some support with hosting your workshop and selling it out, I've created a program called Workshop Magic. It will guide you through all this, including the selling part. I've got templates and outlines for what to say in your sales conversations and what to say in your email launch. I use these outlines myself. I actually pull up this lesson every time I launch anything in my business now, so I don't have to rethink the structure or what to say. I just follow it. It's so good, and it makes everything so much easier. So you'll get that, and you'll also get all the handouts and videos to guide you through every step of planning your workshop, filling it, delivering it, and turning it into a book. It's one of my favorite programs ever, and you can learn more about it below or by going to workshop-magic.com. Thanks for watching these videos, and I hope to see you hosting your own transformational workshop. Keep doing great work and making a difference.